Hi, I'm Marshall Kennard, and my speech is about Chernobyl. There are 448 nuclear reactors in the world, and there are 58 in construction. And all these nuclear reactors have one thing in common: they're highly staffed to regulate the intricacies of the nuclear reactor. This was the case for Chernobyl until one fateful day in April when the Chernobyl disaster occurred. The Chernobyl disaster could have been prevented, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. My credibility is I've done research on Chernobyl, and I've always liked doing research on Chernobyl and reading about it. It's always interested me. My main points are going to be the history of Chernobyl, what created it, how it was formed, the steps that caused the Chernobyl disaster, and how it went down, and the aftermath of Chernobyl, and how it's affected the life and the human race. My first point is the history of Chernobyl. Chernobyl was successful before the disaster, housing 4 nuclear reactors and a man-made lake that was 22 square kilometers, and that was for coolant to cool all the nuclear reactors. It was 3 kilometers away from Pripyat, which housed 15,000 people, and it was 15 kilometers away from Old Town Chernobyl, which housed 12,500 people. My second point is what caused Chernobyl to happen. The staff conducted regular shutdowns of main helping things that stabilized Chernobyl, and they were usually successful in keeping these nuclear reactors going as they shut down main power stations. On one occasion, the automatic shutdown sequence failed, causing one of the nuclear reactors, the fuel rod inside, to heat up very, very hot, and it caused all the water inside to steam up. The nuclear reactor couldn't cool itself off. The fuel rod inside was heating all the water, and that turned the water to steam, which blew the top off of the nuclear reactor like a pop can. This caused the nuclear reactor from the inside to burn out. The fuel rod melted below, it melted through the cement, and it melted all the way down to the bottom floor of Chernobyl. My third topic will be the aftermath. One of the main topics talked about today is elephant's foot, which was from that first nuclear reactor. The fuel rod that melted through became elephant's foot and mixed with cement that was in the Chernobyl facility going down, which created a radioactive sludge that was fatal if you were in close proximity to it. And although it has cooled down since, it's still very hot, and it can still kill if you are in the proximity of it for a long, extended amount of time. Another thing that was affected by Chernobyl was the wildlife. The Chernobyl disaster caused some animals to grow 4 times their original size, like this catfish. Very, very big compared to other species of catfish of the same species. Although most of the effects were genetic, some were physical, like the catfish. The genetic effects that were affected were population size and reproduction rates. They blew up after the Chernobyl incident. In conclusion, first I discussed the history of Chernobyl, second I discussed the cause of Chernobyl, and third I discussed the aftermath of Chernobyl. Chernobyl could have been prevented if these small little shutdowns of very important things wouldn't have went down. If they would have just ran the facility normally without shutting down main power stations, Chernobyl would have never happened. In conclusion though, Chernobyl is slowly being repopulated. The radiation in the area is slowly going down, and Chernobyl is slowly but surely going back to its original state. Thank you for your time and your participation and listening to my speech.